Thursday, February 24th. Yeah. Um, and well, it seems the world is at brink of war. Um, there's so much to unpack in this. Trump, going off and spouting about how smart Putin is to declare parts of Ukraine, independent so he can go in, like that, all that, like kissing the ass and the ring of Putin. And he's such a stooge and doesn't understand that Putin is just using him. The political ramifications of the whole thing about Putin knows that this is the time to do it because he wants Biden to look weak. Like that's part of his plan. He wants Trump back because he gets more intel and gets more assistance from the United States when Trump is in power to take over the fucking world. It's just, and the Republicans are all just fucking stooges in the whole game. And what I don't understand, and I mean, I do understand, but sanctions are one thing. Russia controls like all of the fucking oil and everything that just functions for the EU. So I get it. Like it's, cutting off your nose to spite your face. Is that the expression? But like, it's the money. It's the fucking money. And I think Putin knows that, Russian money has infiltrated the world banking system. But if we all just, because, don't put the sanctions that are going to hurt the people the most, the ordinary citizens, freeze and seize every fucking Russian asset that exists outside Russia. And there's a lot. All of Trump's money is loans from Russian oligarchs filtered through Deutsche Bank. Like, it's just like, just fucking seize all the money. That will put pressure on Putin. Nothing else will. He doesn't give a shit if his citizens can't eat or bathe, or like, he doesn't care about any of that. Take the money away, because they've all infiltrated every banking system across the world. So take away the fucking money. Not stealing it, you're just freezing it. Don't give them access to any of it. That also, has a little added bonus. It's kind of fucking over Trump, which is fun. So that's all upsetting. The Republican Party, which also is an asset to the Russian government, needs that check as well. When you take away the Russian money, that hurts them. I don't know. I mean, I understand politically that Putin wants to hurt Biden politically and make him look weak. I understand all of that, but I'm not entirely sure how this is all going to play out for the midterms, because there's no mistaking the timing of this from Putin about why he's doing this now. That is all about manipulating the US elections. And the GOP has so embraced the Russian process of manipulating elections that, they're not going to go against Putin. But I don't understand how anyone who thinks that they are in support of democracy can support what Russia is doing, other than the fact that they say they support democracy, but they're maggots and they just support totalitarianism because they want their fascist racist leader in charge again. We live in a country, and it's the ideology is not just contained in these borders. It's bigger. We live in a world where there is a certain segment of people who have been so utterly brainwashed to believe that this totalitarian existence is the right way, and think that all the rest of us are the enemies of freedom, that there's no meeting in the middle anymore. There's just no justification. And there's no reasoning with them. They think they're right. We think we're right. But we are. And if I have to hear one more person say, history will judge, blah, 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 I don't give a flipping fuck about how history is going to judge people. We need fucking accountability now. And I don't get it. The Manhattan DA just fucking resigned and said he didn't have faith in the case against Trump. Well, that's because you're so fucking corrupt and you're involved in all of it because of your past history, Alvin Bragg. Your name's coming up, and he's fucking guilty because you let him off on shit. Cy Vance let him off on shit. It's just we are at not only a reckoning for the country, but it's now a reckoning for the industrialized world. Europe is rightfully concerned about refugee issues, advancement issues. Where is he going to stop? If he takes Ukraine, is he going to keep going into Poland? Like, where is it going to go? And I don't think that we, as a generation, have seen any of this kind of aggression since World War II. Well, as a generation, we've never seen it. As a world, I don't think we've seen it since World War II. So when people talk about the beginning of World War III, and although we've been talking about the beginning of World War III for like 40 years, this kind of feels like it is. And, everybody complains about why is it, well, not everybody, the separatists and people who consider themselves patriots. Why is the United States' problem to fix all this crap? Why do we have to get involved? Who apparently don't realize that in World War II, we didn't get involved until 2 years after the conflict started. We didn't get involved until Japan attacked us. World War II was raging in Europe for 2 years before we did anything. And that's not a superpower action. If we want to be taken seriously, we get involved, but we get involved with all of our NATO partners. That's what the whole point of what NATO is. All do it together. And the thing is, at this point, it's a much bigger contingent, global contingent, that is not interested in entertaining what Russia is doing and wants to retaliate against it. No matter how infiltrated they are, there's just a fucking obligation to do it. But who's Russia got on their side? China and North Korea are the only two that have any kind of money or influence or ability. The rest of the world is against them. So why aren't we taking a just fucking hard stand? Freeze their goddamn assets. Every last one. This ends quickly.